Zašto si morala otići? Why did you have to leave? My boyfriend asked me. I sit next to him in the bus. My head rests on his shoulder. We are on our way from the hospital where his father is. Lung cancer, not only pneumonia, that initially sent him to the emergency room. I gaze through the window, landscapes passing by. Croatian coast is characterized by three colors. Gray for kilometers of mountains and rocks that roll into green pinea forest all the way down to the turquoise Adriatic Sea. It is the end of May 2015, and yellow sneaked in. Blooming of Brnistra interweaved a golden carpet on the mountain slopes. Wind plays a game with its flowers, waving them side by side. I feel the sweet smell of it in our bus cubicle. It mixes with the odor of pine trees. Bus takes another turn, another serpentine, and I glare at the Adriatic Sea now, and the city of Split far away in the distance, where the two of us are heading to our home. Why did you have to leave has been buzzing in my head ever since that bus ride. Just a few weeks before, I set my base camp in Berlin. I started my PhD here as a student in bioinformatics. I did start my PhD, and I'm still here. I work here, and I program every day on the computer. I integrate biological data sets with one question to understand how genes are regulated. Such a complex organism can be developed with hundreds of different cell types that share the same set of genes by precise gene regulation. Imagine the cells of our liver, of our skin, of our eyes. Liver detoxifies our body, skin protects us from the environment, and our sparkling eyes show us the way around. To maintain that organism, in certain cell types, one set of genes needs to be upregulated, whereas in other cell types it needs to be downregulated. If gene expression is altered, if mutation occurs, if cancer can occur as a consequence. I do bioinformatics, but I never studied bioinformatics. I started as a core biologist. I did everything in the lab, doing the DNA sequence analysis, doing mostly pipetting, something that you would normally associate it with the lab. But I was always deeply in love with information and knowledge. And with such a huge amount of information that is currently available online, I wish to access it as fast as possible. And I decided at the last year of my master program in molecular biology to learn to program. I hated programming in my high school. I always found excuses not to do it. I did not practice math. I did not learn calculus. I had no basics of machine learning and data analysis. But yet, when I realized how spectacular it was to do that, the data analysis, to access the data yourself, to extract the knowledge, I had no excuses left in front of myself. One day, while doing the field work in mountains, I was hit by a decision to start a core bioinformatics bootcamp at my university. I took another turn, another serpentine, and I changed my life trajectory from biologist more into a programmer. It is the beginning of May 2015. I moved to Berlin to start my PhD here. On the first Sunday, I'm sobbing on the floor of the guest house in Buch. my new life. I feel like a 7-year-old kiddo who went to the holidays for the first time with her parents. On the first day of my holidays, I called my mom from the telephone cubicle, and I begged her to come over. I was, Mom, it's so beautiful here. The sun is great. The ocean is perfect. You would really love it. Please come over, please. Yet on the great floor of the guest house in Buch, it wasn't my mom I was sobbing for. It was my boyfriend who stayed in Croatia. I was sobbing for his broken smile, for the corners of his lips downwards, for the last hug and the last glare. If this is my new life sucks. Why did I want to do bioinformatics? Why did I want to start a PhD here? Why did I wish to understand how genes are regulated and how mutations cause the occurrence of a cancer? Why? Because something that I found here maybe later on help someone like my father-in-law. We are approaching the city of Split. I remove my head from his shoulder. I straighten my back and I look him in his eyes. His ocean blue eyes are full of pain. I observe wrinkles, unknown wrinkles that appeared on his forehead in the last 3 weeks since I moved here. I touch his hair that is dotted with new gray hairs. He fully immersed himself into pain and sorrow. I was shocked myself because I left, because I heard the person I care about the most, because I had a feeling that it was me who created the crack in the oneness of us. Nisam morala otići. I didn't have to leave. I'm really sorry. I didn't have to leave because there is nothing like you have to do. I didn't know the answer to that question. Yet I just knew the consequences of it. Every time my partner was hurt in Croatia, I would end up being hurt here in Germany. Every time his father was admitted to the hospital, I blamed myself for not being there with them. I cycled every day to work and cried, thinking about us, not about the research and not about how genes are regulated. I was always one breath away from quitting my PhD. And Scheiße, I'm still here, maybe I should go. Yet, I persisted, and regardless of everything happening in my personal life, I decided to finish what I opted for in the beginning. So we didn't survive the cancer in our relationship, but my ex-father-in-law survived. Why did I have to leave? I still don't have an answer to that question. To leave or not to leave. Maybe there is nothing like 100% answer. Maybe I just need to accept the fact that I will never know the answer to that question. Yet I do have a theory. And the theory says that I tend to opt for exposed and steep paths that are narrow as the road to Split, but paths that tend to improve me the most as a person, that will lead me furthest, and that will fix the current bug in my code. Why did I have to leave? I argue against that question and pose another one. What was, or who was, what I wanted to improve? Thank you.